After 6 days on the Carnival Horizon, I have opinions. Good, bad, and smoky. Welcome to Cruise on Demand, where cruising smart is always on the itinerary. I'm your host, Tina Altman. I'm still here on the Carnival Horizon. It is day 5 of our 6-day cruise. I'll be doing a full review when I get home, but before I leave, I want to do a quick rundown of my top pros and cons while they're still fresh. The things that really stood out this week, better or worse. Think of this as my honest end of cruise snapshot. What I loved, what I didn't, and what you'll really want to know before you get on the Carnival Horizon. Let's cruise in. The first pro, in my opinion, about the Carnival Horizon is its size. It's about 135,000 tons, which means it's the middle size of the Carnival ships. It's not like a fantasy ship that's got pretty much just your main dining and your Lido pool and your few bars and theater. It's also not like your Excel class that has roller coasters and moves around like a huge city on the water. To me, it's the perfect size. It's big enough to have extras like the IMAX Theater, Pagan Anchor, and then some restaurants like Gigi's and the Steakhouse. But it's not so big that you don't get to bump into the same people every once in a while. There's nothing more fun than having a dinner experience or a sea-day brunch experience, meeting somebody that you've never met before, and then bumping into them multiple times throughout the trip and making lifelong friends. The size of the Carnival Horizon makes it perfect. You've got convenience without chaos. My second pro is the thermal spa. Now you'll hear me talk about the thermal spa on a lot of different videos. I am somebody who likes to go ahead and make that splurge and get the thermal spa. We were most recently on the Disney Dream and also purchased the thermal spa package. The Carnival Horizon, in my opinion, is hands down better. On Carnival Horizon, you have a whirlpool big enough for several people and 9 mosaic tile beds. Now on the sea days, there were times that they were almost all full, but overall, most of the days, it was empty enough for us to be able to do whatever we wanted. And the saunas were never full. It was extremely clean, quiet, and relaxing. If you're looking for an escape from the Lido deck, you should try buying the thermal spa pass. It is definitely a pro here on the Horizon, but not everything was as impressive as the thermal spa. To me, the biggest con on Carnival Horizon is that everything smelled like cigarette smoke. Now you can only smoke in the casino and on a select area of the deck on deck 11, I believe it is. And nowhere else on the ship are you supposed to be able to smoke. Now, I don't know if it was just because we did spend time in the casino quite frequently, but I felt like every room smelled like cigarette smoke. Even our bedroom at times smelled like cigarette smoke. And we were sure to change our clothes before laying on any of our bedding, so our bed didn't smell like cigarette smoke from what we were wearing. But it got to the point where it was really overwhelming midway. If you're a smoker, this probably won't bother you at all. But if you seriously don't like cigarette smoke like me, or you have asthma like I do, you might want to steer away from the Carnival Horizon. It's that bad of a con for me. My next complaint about the Carnival Horizon was the Wi-Fi. Now you know we go on Carnival several times a year and we always buy the premium package, both because of the activities that I do while I'm on the ship and that Joseph does. We are either working our side jobs or our main jobs more out at sea. So it's important that we have Wi-Fi that is very consistent. And unfortunately on this trip, to say it was spotty would be even giving it a benefit of the doubt. Now, for me, I didn't spend that long on my YouTube stuff. I was able to upload my CapCut update in probably about an hour, half hour. And then most of my videos from my phone to my computer, I was able to do those within 3 minutes for a full day of videos, which is about normal. And then for uploading on YouTube, it didn't take that long. I would say maybe 30 minutes as well to upload my full video that I did while at sea. For streaming, there are some days that I was able to watch a whole TV show on Hulu or one of the other platforms. And then there are other days that I would try and it would never be able to upload the video. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi was really spotty. It was so much worse for my husband. He tries to do a lot of apps for his side hustle, as well as he does have to occasionally use Zoom to talk to his work. And both of those gave him trouble. So much so that we were actually swapping our user IDs so that we could use each other's, thinking that maybe that would trick the system, and it did work in the beginning, which is why we kept doing it. But I think going forward, if we're on a longer cruise, we might have to buy a even larger multi-pack, so that way we always have access to enough gigs, because maybe the system is locking you out after you use so many gigs, we're not sure. If you know anything about that, go ahead and leave a comment below, because I found nothing online that says you only get so many gigs and then it bumps you to like slower speed, and we are high users. So if you know anything about that, leave a comment below, because that was a huge con for us, and I would hate for that to make it so Joe never wants to go on a Carnival cruise again, because he is in desperate need of that Wi-Fi. All right, now this next one, I really don't even want to say, but the next con on my list is crew interaction. Don't come at me. I love and appreciate my cruise ship crew. They are some of the hardest working people that I know, so I am not bashing them in any way. Typically on a cruise ship, I can name 1 or 2 people that just went above and beyond and made a huge difference on our trip. I can't say that this time. It really was a crew that to me did exactly what they had to do. You know, there was no negative experience. They met all the demands, checked every box. But I'm so used to, especially with the camera, I'm so used to with the camera crews coming up and waving or saying hi, or, you know, oh, what are you doing this for? And talking to me more and really being more friendly and having conversations. And I got none of that this time. Now, I will say it is few and far between that I hear over the intercom for all those new crew members that boarded on the last port, we're meeting at this location at this time. It's very rare that I hear that on a ship. I can only remember maybe one other time that I heard it, and I did hear that announcement today. So I'm wondering if maybe portion of the crew came on this cruise ship were new when we boarded in Miami. That's something that I'm thinking might have caused the interaction to go, again, not negative, just not what I'm used to. For that, the service and the crew was a con for me on the Horizon this time. I'm gonna leave you with one more pro before we go, and that pro is the food. Now, you know, my husband loved the Disney cruise that we were just on, if you're following us at all, and he has decided he picks his cruise ships based on the food and the Wi-Fi. So I had one con and one pro, because the food is definitely a pro this time. It is by far the best food we have ever had on a Carnival ship. Hands down, best food. The MDR was a hit every single night. We went to every single restaurant except for the hibachi restaurant. That was the one that we did not pay to go to this time. So we will try it in the future probably, but they were already booked by the time we decided we wanted to go. And we did want to keep going to the MDR too. We do like the MDR. But C-Day brunch every day, out of the park. Awesome. Everything we ordered. The Guy's Burgers, when we had Guy's Burgers. Now, those are always good, but they were on par with what they usually are, which is great. So everything that we got, it seemed like it was exactly what we're supposed to be, if not better. And so for the food on this ship, hands down better than any other Carnival ship we have ever been on. Nothing felt mass produced like you would, you know, like a lot of times you go on the cruise ships and it's like, okay, this is just like going to a wedding and they're already have this prepared food and they're just handing it to me. Nothing tasted like that. It felt very elevated compared to a lot of other Carnival cruise ships that we've been on. So a lot of times it's like the food's almost an afterthought. And this time it felt like they really made that a forethought of what they were giving their customers. And that's it, my quick take on the Carnival Horizon. The good, the bad, and definitely the smoky. I'll have a full review coming soon with details, scores, and more information on the ship. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that review and all the other cruise tips coming your way. And now you can click on the screen for my Horizon playlist or for the video that YouTube thinks you would like the most. And until next time, keep on cruising.